Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for the season finale of House of the Dragon. Season 1, Episode 10, The Black Queen. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still nuts about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos of my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, if you can hit that subscribe button down below there, and also if you can hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you feel lucky or feel like gambling, you can hit that bell down below, and YouTube may or may not notify you when I come on live. Best thing to do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. I just changed it out a few minutes ago. And I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. All right, give you enough time to hit the pause button, run away, whatever you need to do. Okie dokie. All I can say is, well, first off, how many fucking births do we need to see? That was 4 births in this season. That's 4 out of 10 episodes. 3 of those births being, they resulted in death, of course, both of the babies and in 2 cases the mother. So I mean, for fuck's sake, I guess next season 2 is going to be for passing of gallstones or something like that, or they're going to do something equally as just yeah. Anyway, god damn, we really didn't need that, but so Rhaenyra ends up she ends up going over to Dragonstone, and she's able to tell Rhaenyra what the hell happened. And Daemon is just raring for war. He wants to go to war. Uh, and Rhaenyra ends up going into early labor, loses the kid. And in the meantime of this early labor, she is trying to hold shit together for the most part. It's an important part of her life right here where she has now become queen, but has been usurped. And yeah, she really can't do much about it because she's in labor. Well, early labor, I guess you can say, and loses her child as a result of all of this. So she ends up talking some sense into Damon in a way. I mean, he still wants to, get more dragons, more dragons, more dragons, and more dragons so that they can out maneuver King's Landing, of course, at this point. As he puts it, they have 14 dragons to their 3. And if he can get everything together. That's a lot of fucking dragons, but probably more than they have dragon riders at this point. Um, Rhaenyra is like, no, we need to actually approach this a little more. As she puts it, I don't want to rule over a kingdom of ash and bone. She is taking this more on her father's side, whereas she is a steward of the land of the kingdom, and that's what she's trying to treat it as. Uh, she's actually got a level head, but at the same time, she's not thinking. I don't think she's thinking ruthlessly enough at this point, is what's going on, and doesn't realize that everyone else is a couple of steps ahead of her and has been for a while, and she's just not prepared for it at this point. Hey, Cheryl. Um, so, of course, she sends out her 2 sons, Luke and Jace, to go and see if they still have allies, in to the north and the south. And she sends Luke by himself. And as soon as she said to Luke, I hope you get, received warmly, I'm like, he's going to die. that was that was the first thing I said when she said that. I'm like, well, you're dead. That was pretty much a given at that point. Um, We also have Corlys coming back to he wakes up in Dragonstone and is in pretty bad shape, but is healed. He's come out of his fever, and Rhaenyra basically says she's not going to throw her support behind Rhaenyra until Corlys. Corlys is the one that is going to have to be the one to do this. And so Corlys surprisingly says, "Yeah," he goes, "We're behind you. Basically, all we need to do is choke off King's Landing, the waterways, and nothing comes to King's Landing, and we basically siege them out. We surround the Red Keep and just starve them out at this point." Which I believe we already did in Game of Thrones, if we remember correctly. I think we were trying to do that as well, and we know how well that turned out. So that is a plan that she is going for. And then when she sends her sons out to, get fealty from other, other lands that have already pledged to her, um, Luke ends up meeting Aemond when he ends up going to the south and runs into a much bigger dragon than his, of course. And Aemon wants his eye. Aemon wants Luke's eye, of course. And it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye, as the old saying goes there. And they have this aerial battle, and it's not even really a battle. It is Luke trying to get the fuck away from Aemond. Aemond terrorizing his nephew, because it's really his nephew. And um the dragons actually end up taking it a little bit more personally. They're not listening to the writers. So Luke's dragon actually fires on Aemon's dragon, who's much larger, and then Aemon's dragon gets pissed off, and Aemon's trying to yell at his dragon to no, listen to me, and his dragon ends up killing Luke and Luke's dragon. And you can see Aemon is really kind of like surprised, but now it becomes the point of, okay, you've done something pretty bad now at this point. Do you own it? Do you just say, yeah, I meant to do that? Or do you try and, say it was the dragon's fault? What happens at this point? We don't know. Yes, the Baratheons never did like the Targaryens. It's true. Yes, Cheryl, this is very true. So Rhaenyra gets the word, at the very end that Luke is dead, and she gets it from Damon. And we see that look of hers when she turns around, and that war is coming. That this is now all out and out war. She is going to fuck some people up. Um, in all of this, I don't know if anyone noticed, but when oh yeah, and Sir Eric comes in with her father's crown and crowns her queen, not of course the conqueror's crown, but her father's crown. And when everyone kneels, there are two people that do not kneel: Rhaenyra and her knight. Rhaenyra's knight do not kneel to Rhaenyra. In fact, Rhaenyra continuously refuses to kneel to Rhaenyra the entire time. If you notice, I was making a point of looking at her to see what she was doing, and she does not kneel to her at all. She does not. I don't know if she's going to turn on her at some point. I don't know what's going to happen there. She had her fucking chance last episode to end all of this. She could have taken the crown, like I've said before. She could have actually taken the throne and done what she wanted to do in the first place, but she didn't do it. She, for lack of a better term, wimped out, is really what she did. And yeah, she could have had everything at that point and didn't. So we are where we're at now. Um, yeah, and I don't know. Hopefully, there's no more fucking time jumps in season two. That's what really hurt this season is the time jumps. We had too many damn time jumps. If we started at episode 5, where we're at with the current actors, and or you could have started episode 1 with the backstory of, them as children, and then in the middle of that episode or near the end of the episode, fast forward into today, or where we're at now, and then say this is where we're at now. Penn says, are you accepting her excuse that she didn't feel she was entitled to take the first shot? No, I'm not. I'm not accepting that excuse. That excuse is bullshit. That's the writers that are doing that, the producers that said she she didn't feel entitled to take the first shot, and yet she is not bending the knee to the queen. What her brother said is the heir to the throne, and her king said is the heir to the throne. So yeah, I don't accept her excuse. Her excuse is bullshit. So that's where we're at. Um, not the best of seasons, not the best. I mean, it's still better than uh, Rings of Power. I mean, Rings of Power was just fucking messy, but this is messy too. But there was a kind of a thread through it. Um, and we are going to see how the dragons lose control. Basically, the dragons are not listening to their writers, and this is the first hint of it that we get, is that the writers have, I mean, the dragons have their own beefs with each other, and this is how they kill each other off. Is what's going to happen there. The peasants squashed by her dragons are not happy. No, they're not. Although they're probably not feeling anything, so because they're most likely dead. They are not pets. No, they are weapons, and they are still wild animals, and yeah, they have their own minds as well. So yeah, there's going to be some. I'm wondering if we're going to get more insight into the dragons, which would be more interesting, quite honestly, than what we're getting here. Um, if the dragons have a wisdom to them, do they have some kind of intelligence? Are they just kind of going along with what the humans are doing with them, using them, or I don't know. So they kind of did show that when Rhaenyra is giving birth, or when she's basically passing, she's killing her baby essentially is what's going on, and she keeps flashing to her dragon. We see her eyes, we see the dragon's eyes, we see her eyes, we see the dragon's eyes, and I think that was kind of what we were kind of getting at, was the dragons bond with their writers, and they feel what the writer feels. I don't know. Yes, and Damon saying to the dragon, what the fuck was that all about? I mean, we know that he was going down there to see if he could get more dragons, and I mean, that was a pretty fucking big dragon that he was down there, fucking with. But we'll see what happens with that as well. And the whole thing with Damon choking her out at one point and just trying to prove his point of that they're going to kill her, they're going to kill her family, they're going to kill all of them if they don't go to war. And he does have a point, but he's also kind of going full gung ho into the war section, where he'll destroy everything if he gets his way. So there's got to be a happy medium between what Rhaenyra wanted and what Damon wanted, and I think that's where we need to be at, in the middle of the road there. So they both have their own ideas, but they need to come together in the middle there. And that's where we're at this season, the end of the season here. We don't know when season 2 is going to start filming. We already know it's been greenlit for season 2. That would happen after the first episode. So they're safe from the Warner Brothers, uh, blood flow that's happening. So we'll see what happens when it starts filming. So not the best of episodes, like I said, not the best of series, but um, it's still better than some of the stuff that's out there at the moment. So with that said, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, Tomorrow is going to be Is It Worth My Time? Black Adam. That's right, Black Adam, which is out in theaters. I've seen it. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. I will do a spoiler-free version, and I will do a spoiler version right after that. You'll know because you'll see the spoiler sign there when the spoilers come up. Um, Wednesday is going to be The Peripheral, season 1, episode 1. Thursday will be episode 2, and Friday will be episode 3 because episode 3 airs on Amazon on Fridays. Saturday I'll be off. Sunday will be the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about. And we talk about it, and then Monday we'll see what happens. We'll see what rolls around on Monday. I can't remember if anything is coming out at the moment here. Excuse me. And I'm looking at the moment, Tales of the Jedi, the Mysterious Benedict Society. Yeah, there's really not much coming out. I mean, November 3rd is when Titan season 4 comes out. I'll most likely cover that. Yeah, so we'll see what happens from there. CBM says I'll watch the spoiler version, even though I haven't watched it because I don't care for The Rock. You're not the only one. I believe Morks does not like him either, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of people that don't like The Rock for whatever reasons they have. I'm indifferent to him. Yeah. It was kind of funny. I've been watching that 70s show. It's on Peacock, and I got an annual subscription for $20 for the entire year, and I was like, all right, sure, why not? Um, so there's one episode where Red and Eric go to a wrestling match, and there's a very early or a very young Dwayne Johnson there, who's playing his father. Actually, that's who he's playing in there, and he's very slimmed down. It's before he started doing the roid. I mean, allegedly doing the roids there. So it's kind of an interesting little take there. I think it's like episode or season 3 or season 2, somewhere around there. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the evening. Thank you, everyone who joined me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you know who you are out there. Take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, if you can, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, also hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. With that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody who came in and talked about this, and continue it in the chat and the comments down below. And I will see you guys again tomorrow for Black Adam. Is it worth my time, Black Adam? Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, I don't know, you may be forced to watch a birth over and over and over again. And it's just not ending really well for any of the women that are happening here on Game of Thrones. Just anyway, thanks everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get the boosters as well. They help. That's what helps with the vaccine shot and the boosters. It works together. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Stay safe, take care, and have a good one, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Good night.